My approach as a musician is, I kind of liken to carpentry. There's a couple of parallels there. Number one is that you take material and you put it together to either build something new or to remodel something. And number two, like carpentry and music, if you don't have the manpower to get the job done, you have machinery to help you do the work. And that's really the mechanics behind Mann Machine.
Don't care what it is, you need a hand. I can assure you this I can help. I got two strong arms, let me help. It would sure do me good to do you good, let me help. It's a fact that people get lonely, ain't nothing new. But a woman like you, baby, should never have the blues. I can have.
You know, I really find that the Mann Machine project works well within my skill set, because in addition to my experience as a performer, I also like to write and arrange, and I really enjoy the challenge of taking arrangements and building them from the ground up, as opposed to being, you know, just canned music and doing guitar-oke or something of that nature. Because the artists that have always inspired me have always taken something old and made it new, or they write new songs within an established genre to expand the vocabulary of that genre.
Praise you. I wanna praise you.
You know, my mom always used to tell me that when I was a baby, she used to sit me on the couch and turn on the radio if she didn't want me to get in any trouble, because she would turn on the radio, and I would just sit there and listen to the radio. And I really don't know about that, because I don't remember it. I can only go by what she told me. But I do distinctly remember when my musical conscience really awoke, and that was really around the time where I would go into school and listen to the radio on the bus. And of course, I was a big fan of the Beatles, but there was also something else going on too, and that was, like, you know, James Brown, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. You know, that chord, you know, you play that, you hear that chord, and I just wanted to know all about that music, you know, and that's really kind of been my path ever since. you know, you've got the Beatles, who represent like a sense of comfort with me. It's kind of comfort music. But then you've got James Brown, which was unlike anything I'd ever heard before. It was like from outer space, and I wanted to get inside all that. So that during the course of the night, you're gonna hear me do a few Beatles songs, but you're gonna hear me do plenty of soul and R&B as well, because that's really what I've kind of grown into and where I'm coming from these days.
And love will burn once again. I know you know, whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around. This is one of my originals. It's called Poor Thomas. She's so equal opportunity. It don't matter who she rose. She's annoyed by nearly everyone, and she cares for you the most. It don't take much to jerk her knee. The funny thing is she'd agree. Got to tell you, Thomas, you are joke supreme. Her firework displays, Poor Thomas, are punctuated by the phrase, Poor Thomas.
You know, I've played in a lot of bands over my time, and I've played in a lot of cover bands. I've played in a lot of original bands, but I've never really had a project together where there's been both of them. And that's was the idea behind getting Mann Machine, to doing both covers and originals, because I never really understood why you made the distinction between the two. Because if you're really going to do a band right, or you're going to do any musical project right, you're going to have to take the elements of both together to kind of get your own sound together and to become a real draw, as opposed to trying to do things note for note. Because in the end, no matter how hard you try, that record's not going to help you on stage. You know, you're still going to sound like you, so you might as well do the best you can in sounding like you, as opposed to sounding like that record. Makes me come up like some